fucking losers. It's Right Fuck Friday. It's Right Fuck Friday.
Yeah, it's a FF Friday.
Always an
Let's
FF
go.
Friday. Love Friday because it's flat.
It's also Hawaiian T-shirt day. Flat is, I don't know. I'll say this. There are some Fridays where it is a little flat. I am feeling it today. We got beautiful weather.
Out there looks real nice.
Out there looks great. We got Grumpy Pants not in studio today. Give me another squeeze. We got the Stamps home opener tonight for the CFL season. Give a squeeze for that.
The Stamps could not have picked a better day to start the year.
And I think we might have a Stanley Cup final for the ages, Retro. That was another stunning comeback
What happened?
last night.
What?
This show is a presentation of Bet 365. Did you turn it off at 2-0?
2-0.
Did you turn it off game 1 at 2?
10 minutes left.
This is why I'm excited. This is exactly it, Rhett. Barn Burner, a presentation of Bet365. Hockey fans, check out Bet365's 3-goal early payout. When your team goes up 3, you get paid. It is that simple. Download the app today. Must be 19 plus. Please play responsibly. It was 2-0. It did appear like this thing had a fork in it and that maybe this was going to be a short series after all. But no, this series has not disappointed. It was 2-0 Carolina in game 1. We saw twice game-tying goals in the third period in game 1. And last night we got it all again as Carolina took a lead after being down 2-0, then blew that lead and then won it in overtime.
You're too excited. You've missed the other read.
Oh, we got the Youth Centers of Calgary. You want to weigh in on what's going on with this series, this Friday, these stamps, Rhett's shirt? You want to join the program? It's easy. Make a little monetary donation in the live YouTube chat. We'll put it on the air, and the money will go right to the Youth Centers of Calgary, a place where kids are welcomed and accepted as they are. Be a busy summer at the Youth Centers of Calgary. School's out. Got to keep the kids busy.
Busy.
Mentors, lots of activities, safe place, all that good stuff. The money will go there. We are live at the McLeod Law LLP studios above a barbershop in Marta Loop. Maybe you're purchasing a CHL team, Rhett.
Where you dream of being.
Maybe you're buying land. Maybe you've been accused of libel or slander. Whatever your legal needs are. It's the Calgary folks, you trust. Good people right here in Calgary, the best of what they do.
Maybe you're a peeping Jack that's cruising out on the lake.
I believe it's a peeping
drive
Tom.
by. Oh,
Jack.
Huh?
Nothing.
Rhett's got them on retainer. Don't be messing around the Warner house.
Me and
Okay?
McLeod folk. Tight.
I
did not turn it off.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I was ready to be screen in hand at kid baseball, and no one was doing pitch counter. And I'm like, pitch counting? I can't watch a game by pitch counting. No. I got home, and it was 2-0 Vegas in the third, and I thought, I've probably missed all the drama. It had yet to begin.
Can I say something silly? It was 2-0. I was sitting on the couch watching.
Mm-hmm.
I flipped to the CFL.
Oh, because that one went to OT too.
Yes. I'm like, well, look at this. And my dad's in town. He's like,
oh, yeah.
What the hell are you doing? Turn it back, and Stankoven had his arms in the air. Like,
well,
here we go.
That was the beginning of the momentum swing, though. That was a good time to come back.
I came back in time.
What a play. Tough third period for our boy Rasmus.
As much as you want to give credit to Stankoven, I think that's an absolute up on Mr. Anderson's part.
Yeah. Now, Stankoven, what makes him special is that, but you can't let that happen to you. It
You're
can
up
be
to
a
nothing
great
to stand
attempt from Stankoven. Make life difficult for Rasmus.
You have the puck, total control.
Exactly.
I don't give a shit who it is.
Let's go to it, Jack. It's the 2-1 goal. Logan Stankoven was a guy that was going to be too small, Rhett. He slides to round 2.
I'll quit whining about being
No, I'm very impressed. He,
That one slipped the cracks.
Oh, there's only a couple.
There's how many goals in this
It's a
game?
big one.
I was all bragging up the under in a group chat.
Oh,
See, remember game one when I said the under was the
yeah.
play, and then it was like, oh shit, we're at 6 and we're going over.
Oh.
That's wrong again. Cursed it. Stakeoven relentless brings it to the front.
Relentless?
I think it relentless, and then I think it actually goes in off Rasmus's skate as well. If it wasn't bad enough that.
Yeah, it was a
lost the
weird
battle.
bouncy thing, but it went in the net.
Lovely play from William Carrier to make it 2-2. He stays onside and finds Jankowski. Apparently post-game, he's like, yeah, I used to play for Vegas. And I remember we played a meaningless game 82 against Calgary, and Jankowski had 4. So I knew if I got him the puck, he could be able to finish. It's a good memory.
What?
That was a long time ago.
I remember that.
The Jankowski 4-goal game.
Oh, my.
Crazy.
Hell of a shot, man.
And then that gets us probably to our polarizing moment of the night, as it appeared Freddie Anderson had made a spectacular save to keep Carolina tied in this game late stages of the third. John Tortorella said, no. That's a goal.
I'm not sure. I don't disagree with him.
We're going to challenge you. Raw. And I said, before you see the ref, is this a goal or not? I'd say goal.
Yes, that's a goal to me.
Because
That's a
he's
goal.
not like ramming his stick into Anderson,
That
pushing
puck's
him.
loose.
And it's underneath Anderson, but it certainly ain't frozen or it's not sliding through.
It's loose.
And the whistle has not sounded yet either when they played it with the audio.
I think the NHL fucked this up. Oh, damn it. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. Just
Sorry.
Be red. That's what people are here
But
for.
I do. I genuinely, I understand how it happened, but I think they got it wrong. That is a loose puck. He pokes it in the net.
I don't disagree, but I also oddly am playing the other side in the sense that when Torts decides to go for it, I'm like,
I don't
know if that's the right call.
I don't know if it's the right call either, but it is if they win. For sure, it's a win.
Of course, if they go up 3-2, yeah, it's.
And I understand how they don't overturn the call on the ice. I think that's wrong, but I understand the thinking, and I understand Torts' decision making. They've had a terrible power play. Our penalty kill has been awesome.
Yeah.
We have a chance to. The momentum is absolutely swung. We have a chance to go back up and take absolute control of this event.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I
the
think
whole
it's a
series,
goal.
yeah.
And I actually think I'm right.
Yeah.
I understand his reasoning. Do you make that? I don't know. It would be considered his first F up as coach of the Vegas Golden
That's
Knights.
probably not wrong.
It would absolutely.
yeah.
And I actually wonder about the mental makeup for the players going, I thought this guy, like they've never seen a mistake.
Right. Like he's not Teflon.
He's human.
Yeah,
What?
jeez. Okay.
Can I say something else that I might rattle people?
Yeah.
Vegas gonna kick the shit out of Carolina
In Vegas.
Yep.
Like physically or win the series.
I think they win the series. You said it earlier. I think this is a tight series. I think Vegas takes over. They controlled most of that game. Poor play decision by Anderson. Kind of not fluky. Nice play, but Carrier. But it's not. Again, Anderson kind of drifts. It's kind of a bobble, blah, blah, blah.
It's a flipper play too, but they've been happening on the other side.
Carolina had 10 minutes of good hockey, and some of it had to do with Vegas effing up.
Yeah.
They did not control that.
Now, don't disagree. Like the 10 minutes you're talking about is the last 10 of the third,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What did you think of the first period? Because it felt like they were.
I missed a lot of the first.
It was all Vegas.
Stupid lacrosse.
Well, Vegas had one shot at the halfway point of the first, I think.
Yeah, but Carolina wasn't doing much either. Like
I think Vegas.
it felt like Vegas got the lead and they just controlled the pace of the game.
My thought is this: that was nowhere near Carolina's best game, and they even the series. But your thought is,
Oh, I think you're opposite. I don't think it was their best game because I don't think they can play their best because
Yeah.
I think Vegas is better.
it's interesting because the 2 second periods have been all Vegas. Like game one, Carolina is up 2-0.
Again,
And
poor pinch by Theodore and bounces past. This is what I'm saying. I don't know that when Carolina looks good, it's because they're taking control of things. There was a shift where they had good momentum in the third. Anyway, back to the start. I don't know that Carolina has looked good except when Vegas hasn't done the right stuff.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Vegas makes the right plays, they're controlling the game.
I'll ask you a question that I think will make your point for you. Which team is dictating the terms of play?
Exactly. And it's Vegas. And that was in Carolina with the hometown crowd,
Mhm.
blah, blah, blah. I think
Thought the guys ripping their shirts off and all that hometown momentum. Who knows if they even tie this thing? That tarps off thing's catching on, Jack.
Yes, it is.
I feel like it was your idiot buddies in Nashville that might have started that. Were they not tarps off at some point? They had to.
Yes, they were. Vegas was also down D-man, and I think that played a factor.
And that could loom large. The photo of
I know.
well, it's so. I think it caught a piece of the visor, but my God, like no one will be surprised if he's done for the series, and that is probably your greatest fear as defenseman in the sport. Oh,
at least it's, I don't know, maybe flat's worse. No good. Get that off the screen.
yeah, it's. I feel bad about
who's
this
tougher?
Sports.
What sport?
I don't know if there is any.
Obviously
Yeah.
the ones where you get paid to
Like
get punched in
boxing,
the face.
sure.
Yeah. Those guys are legit.
But they don't box 82 times a year and then a 16-win tournament.
No.
It's incredible. And football's a different kind of tough. But it's incredible when you think about when they start ramping up in the summer into preseason, games start early October, and here we are in June.
Keep going.
And it's even a higher physical toll than what we've seen for the first 6 months.
Yeah. Anyway,
incredible.
back to the game. It was I think Vegas controls it and wins this series. I think they're gonna, from what my take on it is, that they're the better team.
Okay.
I'll be happy to be wrong because that was great hockey to watch.
Well, and look, maybe they are, and maybe the difference is 1 goal a game. And
well,
we get
Freddie
a really
Anderson
good long series.
Sanders.
He was great last night.
That was unbelievable. That
In the
save,
third,
the
yeah.
one we were just talking about, that
Amongst others,
like
yeah.
that, right? Because
Uh-huh.
even that's a situation where Carolina for 5 minutes has got the momentum of the game. They've tied the frickin' game.
Mhm.
That's Vegas answering, and,
Yep.
and Anderson has to make massive saves, and they get the benefit of the call
Yeah.
to squeak that game out.
Totally. And the other, like the part you're referencing is that just to get to the point where there's a call on whether it's in or not, he's made 3 great saves already.
Yes.
He's got there with the paddle. He's got there with the paddle again to stop a second shot attempt. And then he's done a smothering attempt. Like just to get to the point where we have to go to review, he's already made 2 dazzling saves.
And so I think Vegas is I think they're better. Are they heads and just amazingly better? Is it a no contest? No. But I think when I watch this, Vegas has control of the situation.
Now, there's some variables here that will affect what happens.
Shitty reffing like they got last night.
Did you have a problem with the tripping call?
I had a fucking problem with the tripping call. I had
Really?
a big problem with the tripping call because you don't call tripping on a fucking wall play in overtime in the Stanley Cup Finals. And if you're going to call it, call the fucking hitting from behind.
I was going to say the
double it up, you
challenge-
dummies.
The challenge
What
is
the
that
fuck are you doing?
there's a dirty hit you just allow to happen. I felt the tripping was blatant enough to call, but when it's right after a hit that's greasy, it feels even worse. It's just you take a guy's legs out. He's not diving at all. He has the puck. You're making it so obvious you're embarrassing a ref if he doesn't call it.
What's embarrassing to the
There he goes.
refs is the fact that in Montreal,
Yeah.
it's a too many men. They blow the goddamn
yeah.
whistle and they still don't give him a penalty. But this, you have to.
Well, I would prefer
Beat it.
both calls rather than neither, if you know what I mean.
I don't want. The Montreal thing is way more obvious.
Yes,
It's
it
a
is.
no, I can't allow it to slide call.
I
And
agree.
they fuck it up. And now here in overtime, they're going to call it tight. You call both.
I don't think that's calling
That's
it tight.
shitty reffing.
I'm okay if you wanted them to swallow the whistles there, especially after the hit on Hurdle.
If you're
right before
calling
it.
one, you
Yeah.
call both. I don't.
I don't necessarily agree, but you're allowed to have the. I don't think it's a crazy take. I think there's a lot of people that feel the way you do. I think that's fair. Jack, when you saw the trip, were you like, it's too blatant, you have to call it, or was it like, I don't know.
The other issue becomes this. Sorry, Jack, I'm cutting you
you're
off. The other issue becomes this: if they don't score in that power play, now they got to call goddamn penalties the whole overtime.
You're worried about
Now you have to
marbles,
call
yeah.
penalties. So now it's based on penalties. And what do fans love? Fans absolutely effing love when the whistle goes away and the boys go out and play and they are allowed to
yeah.
decide it themselves. No one gives a shit about a power play. Beat it. Oh,
Did change the game, no question.
I agree with you, Retro. Put the fucking whistles away.
what do we get lost? If it's a hack to the head, oh no, okay.
Yeah. I guess the question becomes like, at what point is it you have
Scoring
to call it?
opportunity.
And
That's it.
To your
And
point,
that's
it's a
been
wall
the
play.
age-old, decades-long,
Yeah, that's
centuries-long mandate.
You're winning me over. You really
Like, that's just what it is. A play along the wall where a guy got railroaded from behind, turns, gets his stick in the feet, and no.
It did feel like one was not quite at the threshold, but to call something a second later, ooh, that's tough. Yeah.
I 100% disagree.
Yeah.
And again, it's like the goal. You can debate me on because both sides are right. This is just my hot take-itude. I think I am right. I think that Tortorella should go challenge it. Lots of people are like, well, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
I think it is a goal. Well, no, that's not a goal.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the penalties were stupid. I think it was a bad call.
Yeah, and listen, if you're going to put yourself on the spectrum, you're at the far end of let them play because you've been in these series and you understand that, like, it's okay if you don't call that because something else is not going to. It's all going to even out.
I'll tell you what. They go to Vegas and there's an overtime game and there's a non-call on a play like that.
Yeah,
the
standards kind of.
This is the problem with the reffing in the league. It's not a problem because it's very entertaining. I'll try, but these are issues. Stay the hell out of the way.
Yeah.
The refs interpreting shit.
I hear your frustration.
I'm very frustrated.
You know what's going to calm you down? Look at some vets tomorrow at Capital Chev.
Oh, go check out Boom and his.
I hope we get a Boom
lawn chair.
The Boom Catmobile. I would be so excited. I think he's softballing this morning. He'll be ready to sit back in a lawn chair and show off his vet tomorrow, isn't he? Here it is. Capital Chev. Look at that. 13103 Lake Fraser Drive. Tomorrow is the day. 10 till 2. Check out the incredible collection of Corvettes people are bringing by. It is the Corvettes Unlimited Club. You can put your own vehicle in there. Small fee. They're raising money for charity. And the gates will open at 8. Tons of unreal. This is the dream. Boomer's gray hair flapping in the wind. The dog riding shotgun. Sunny day in a Corvette. You want to see Boomer smile? Not easy. Tomorrow, 10 till 2. Capital Chev.
Barbecue.
13103 Lake Fraser Drive. So
that's what Boom's doing today. I've decided to. He had to take the day off because he wants to test out his lawn chair.
He's waxing the car.
He wants to test out his lawn chair.
Yes.
He's waxing. He's getting the car ready, and we're showing all this the women's softball down in the States.
Yeah.
He's out there promoting his
he's doing
his
some
daughter.
scouting.
He's doing he's lots of money in this sport. Apparently, we better make this happen.
That's like you when you before the show you make your rounds.
Yeah,
he's making his rounds.
He's videotaping his kids stealing home, sending it off to colleges, recruitment.
Look how she runs through the stop sign here and gets. Isn't that look? You can't teach these instincts. You can't teach these instincts.
A scholarship for this kid.
Lots of other news to get to. We got Dreger coming up in moments. You're going to wave at me, Jack, when he's here because I don't have the screen.
Yeah.
Boom has.
Yeah, okay.
Dylan Larkin of the Detroit Red Wings, their captain for the last 6 years, has said, you know what? Might be time for change. Well, he's not from Michigan. He is from Michigan. He was there the last time they made the playoffs, which I believe was 10 years ago, 2016. This is a very, very big piece of bad news for the Red Wings because I don't know how you pivot out of your number one center.
It's news, and it's we don't know yet that it's bad news. It's a very unique. I almost have a hard time having comments on it because it doesn't make sense to me rationally. Something has to be going on for this to happen.
That's why I think it's bad news because he's your captain.
Yeah, but maybe it's on his head. Maybe he's done something stupid.
I just mean, I'm not saying the Wings are idiots and they've done something bad. What I'm saying is when he's gone public, you're now in a really tough spot if you're the organization.
Yeah, he should have shut his yap.
And maybe this all was done quietly, and the insiders are that good that they pick up all the leaks. The moment Detroit picks up the phone and calls someone, an Elliott or a Frank or a Dreger knows about it, right? I don't know. But it's not the Wings.
Here's a question for you.
Okay, fire.
It just popped in my head. How do you deal with this? San Jose?
San Jose is one of the first teams I thought of.
Right? Like, does that not make perfect sense? Give up that fucking second overall pick and say, here you go.
Never mind another prospect, whether it's Will Smith or Luke Misa. You don't need 4 top 2 centers. Right? The other team that screams at me immediately was the guy that was his GM for 4 Nations in the Olympics, Bill Guerin, Minnesota. They missed Joel Eriksson-Ek, and Ryan Hartman was their other top 2 center. They need more center depth.
I don't know what their cap space is.
Well, and do they have enough pieces?
They spent a lot of currency to bring in Mr. Hughes.
Yeah, and they're going to have to pay Mr. Hughes soon. Can you make that all sing? I don't know. There's worse cap spots in the league than that.
Here's my conspiracy hat.
Yeah.
Remember back in the day, who was it? Bosch and LeBron?
Oh, we're taking our talents to South Beach. Yeah. Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Chris
Billy
Bosh.
let's get the band together here in Minnesota, or the hockey state of hockey, or whatever the hell it's called.
I'm not going to speak about tampering or not, but if you're Bill Guerin, is that not exactly the biggest win of being the GM of the U.S. team? You get all this FaceTime. Everyone loves Billy.
Right?
Shit, I'd love to play for him. Oh, their team's really good? Huh. Maybe we'll see how that works.
Free daycare in Minnesota as well.
Is that right? Well, pack up your family. It is time for our Insider Hotline. We do it for Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating. It is your crystal clear choice for home comfort. Give them a call, 587-317-1551. It is air conditioner season. It is also, there's some pollen in the air. Let's make sure our air we're breathing is filtered season.
Dean was supposed to be here because I had needed the number for the boys.
Right there, 587-317-1551.
Okay, I'm on it.
It's your crystal clear choice for home comfort in Calgary, crystalclearcalgary.com as well. Tell me your Barney. Might be a deal for you. Let's get to it. Our insider from TSN, Darren Dreger. Dreger's got a lot to talk about today. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm a bit distracted here, which is why I'm also a little bit tardy.
You're good.
Nothing that I would describe as news breaking, but we're in that window, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's often between games of the Stanley Cup final where, I mean, you're just dealing with anything ranging from developing stories to nonsense on social media.
Yeah,
and
there's lots of that.
Yeah, well, and sometimes the gap between those two things isn't as big as you would hope.
Well, smoke and fire.
Yeah, a little bit, but nothing concrete or serious at this stage.
Okay, so we led with Larkin as you joined us. Just what do you know? How did we get here? And is there a solution that works? The challenge I see is that the type of team adding Dylan Larkin probably wants to give you futures, not the type of piece that's going to get Detroit into the playoffs, which I think is clearly their goal for next year.
And that's why it's complex, right? So as soon as the news broke yesterday, I think that the general sense, not just media sense, but sense from general managers was a state of shock. They did not see this coming. Steve Yzerman has not advertised it. And it's not something that just happened yesterday. I mean, Dylan Larkin and those who represent him from CAA, primarily Pat Brisson, clearly have been talking about this for a while. But then you rewind and you go back to the exit interview, the media interview, that is, with Dylan Larkin, where, he expressed his disappointment and level of concern with the reality that things just have not gone well for a long time in Detroit. But he said he still wanted to be there. Okay, well, that's, for me, heat of the moment stuff. He's not going to throw his organization under the bus, but he's had time to decompress. And in his defense, the general feel is that Larkin at times has been left to feel responsible for the failures of the Detroit Red Wings on ice. And that's probably not fair, right? I think most would look at Dylan Larkin as being a really good number 2 center. In Detroit, he has to be a number 1 center. And, Yzerman has not been able to add anything really of value, of substance up the middle of the ice. We're talking about a number 1 here. And when you look at Detroit's roster, I think the critical eye would tell you that they've got maybe 5 or 6 decent NHL players, and then it gets pretty thin after that. And this has been a long time in the making. And Red, as you know, I mean, players get to a point where, they've got a deep appreciation for the fact they were drafted by the Detroit Red Wings, in this case, Larkin. He's done everything that he can, but, the window to win, it closes year after year after year. And even though he's on a long-term deal, I would say at a very affordable cap hit at 8.7. I think he's just taking responsibility for the direction of his career, the path, and his want to win. And I applaud him for that. But that doesn't mean that Steve Yzerman, the GM of the Red Wings, has to go, okay, no problem. You've asked for a trade. I'm going to do the best possible job I can to make sure there's a fit out there where you can get everything you want. It's not going to work out that way. So I think your point, Pinder, is accurate in that, Detroit can't be in an extended rebuild. Like that rebuild is
been doing it for 10 years.
You might have no choice though now, right? Like I don't
spot.
a couple things. I'm not close to the situation. I don't understand Detroit's what the cupboards are like in Detroit. You're right. When I think of their team, I can't name all the guys.
Some good players. Mo Sider's one, right?
Yeah.
Like,
But they're not. I think they're solid, but they're not up and coming either.
Well, and here's the thing: you're a year away from DeBrincat being up, who's one of your best players, and I think Kane needs a contract. Dregs like this could fall apart really quickly.
And another couple. If your captain has decided that you're not good enough to win, which again, I'm from 30,000 feet, that's what it looks like. That's a poor sign.
Yeah.
Or something else is going on. Those are kind of my things where I'm like, well, what's going on off the ice here? Like, is there something there? Like, it's easy for us to go, well, Detroit's effing this all up and Larkin's, or is there something actually, I can't be here anymore. I need to move.
Okay, so I don't think that there's anything dark or seedy that's gone on behind the scenes. But I think that more than ever, we're seeing the emergence of star players who aren't afraid to face whatever wrath they're going to face because they do believe that their skill set is going to take them to a different place, maybe a better place where they can win. Doesn't always work out that way. But, you go all the way back to Calgary, right? With Matthew Tkachuk at the time and how that played out for Matthew, I would say it played out pretty well. He used his leverage different given contractually he had some power in that situation. Then you fast forward to this year with Quinn Hughes and the Vancouver Canucks. As Jimmy Rutherford acknowledged, 6 weeks or so ago, they didn't think in Vancouver they were going to have the luxury or the ability to extend Quinn Hughes after his contract expired in 2 years. So the messaging from the Hughes camp, also CAA, is that, okay, well, if there's a deal that makes sense now where you can get the return that you need to even consider it, I'd start thinking that way. So that level of player, I think, feels like they've got way more swagger and clout now than maybe ever before. And that's why we put Connor McDavid on the clock. We put Austin Matthews on the clock. We put Brady Tkachuk in Ottawa on the clock. I did not have Dylan Larkin on my bingo card of, good players. I wouldn't call him a top player, but he's a rock solid number 2 on most teams in the NHL. I did not have him high on the card of players who had hand up saying, okay, I want to trade and I want to change the scenery.
4 Nations, Olympics, 5 30-goal seasons in a row. A poor man's 1C, but a very good hockey player. Here's the difference, because like Matthew had a year left. Quinn was eligible to be extended this July 1. So again, the pinch point of time gives them leverage. Austin's got 2 years. Brady's got 2 years. There's 4 years left on Dylan Larkin, and he signed a contract that says, I'm going to supply these services. What if Stevie Y looks around and says, none of these things are close? Could you see him riding with Larkin for the year?
I could see him digging in and making it really difficult because, correct me if I'm wrong, there's at least a no trade here, or is it a no move? So if Dylan Larkin and Pat Brisson are trying to navigate this process, which is always the way. Most agents want to do that, especially when you've got players of this magnitude and there's going to be a market. But that doesn't mean that it's a market that Steve Yzerman feels compelled or obligated to navigate through.
2 more years of full no trade.
You have to move him. You can't have your captain in there disgruntled.
I agree, but I also think Steve Yzerman's known for driving a hard bargain, and he's got a price. And if you don't meet it, he doesn't pull the trigger. Like this is a rock and a hard place, I think.
Well, and let's just play devil's advocate here. What if Larkin says, "Well, here are the 2, the 3, the 4 teams that I'm willing to go to." You almost can't do that because you're the guy that asked for the trade. Right.
100%.
Otherwise it gets really sticky if you're Yzerman, because now you're dealing with horrible public relations. Because look, there's good reporting that happens in Detroit in season. And to the point that we made earlier, we don't know the whole story. We don't. But what if there is a bigger story that is going to be told here? You know, like, why is it that homegrown talent, and that's what Dylan Larkin is, you know, proud Michigan lad who I'm sure has loved his time in Michigan, playing in front of friends and family, all of a sudden is like, yeah, okay, I've had enough. I'm banging my head against the wall. The support isn't coming from management to bolster what we have. So I want out. Like there's got to be more to it. There has to be more to it. I don't think seedy stuff. I think it's hockey. I think it's competitiveness. I really truly do.
I'm trying to put my head in a spot of a player that, let's say, was in Buffalo for the first 10 years of a 14-year. Like,
yeah.
I understand he's a captain, and I understand he's a Michigan guy, and I understand it's a bad look, but like at some point you're like, I'm turning 30 this summer.
Yeah.
It's been a decade, and I don't think they've done a good job of putting guys around me given how bad we've been.
And that's what it is.
I don't disagree with that, but regardless of that, you still keep it quiet.
I think they would like this quiet.
Right? Like how?
Okay, but hold on a sec, Rhett. We don't know. I've got a good idea, and I'm not going to share it, how this went public. The club wouldn't have wanted it. There's zero chance Steve Yzerman wants this out there.
So it's all sorry, I'm cutting you off, and I hate to do that, but it's already muddy then. It's already
friction.
Okay. There's flashing heads.
Yes, because one side would blame the other, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty well connected with CAA. So Paprasson, JP Berrig, I mean, go down the list. They did not want this out. These guys don't operate this way. They don't operate this. They're not going to lie to the media. I mean, you know, I've been down this path before, you know, dozens of times, maybe not with the exact same circumstance, but where you'll have that conversation with Brisson or Barry or a general manager. Here's what I'm hearing. And, you know, they'll say, okay, yeah, I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that it's not true. There's some truth to it, but I need to buy a little bit of time here. You know, it's too sensitive a situation right now. So, you know, let's just see how it plays out in the next few days, next week. That sort of thing happens all the time. It's like horse trading, right? That's what you do. So now you've got the agents who are pissed off because they're like, well, how did this get out? And you've got to look at management of the Detroit Red Wings. That management group is not terrified of Yzerman. That's exaggerating, but he runs a tight ship there. Yeah. Like you're not getting leaks out of the management office of the Detroit Red Wings. So how does it get out? You know, is it someone close to Dylan Larkin? You know, probably. Yeah. That's normally what happens.
I lost my train of thought.
Well, okay, so I want to ask about Steve Yzerman's tenure. He gets there in 2019. They've been absolutely royally screwed in the lottery odds, finishing last, picking fourth, things like that. Mo Seider's a steal. There's been some other guys that haven't worked out as well as you'd thought, or good players, but not great players like you hoped. All of a sudden, you're 7 years in, and you start to hear that he can be very prickly to work with. He's not a consensus builder or let's all get together and share ideas type of guy. It's more my way or the highway. He's in a spot now where he didn't want this out. I don't know how you win a trade like this. You got a gun to your head. The players got a full no move. You're trying to make the playoffs this year. Like, where's Steve Yzerman at here, and where's his tenure?
Can I play the other side though?
Sure.
This guy's a hell of a player.
Hell of a player.
So you're going to try and lowball and play hardball with Stevie to get a guy that can really help your team win now, or are you going to make a fair trade? Like that was the question I was going to ask. Are we over
making a
big deal out of this? And it's like, fuck, whatever. If Dylan Larkin wants out, he's a hell of a player. I can trade this guy and get good return, whether it's immediate or down the road. Maybe you reconfigure. Maybe it's a whole revamp of every program. Maybe I don't know, but it's Dylan Larkin.
You'll get a good return. The challenge is, do you get a guy that
got a great trade for Tkachuk. It didn't turn out great because of the Hubert hasn't played well. But why does it have to be? Oh, this is going to be doom and gloom for Detroit.
It's the futures versus present that makes it challenging for me.
Agreed. Yeah. And again,
You could do it. It's just harder. Like I real quick, like JT Miller
Yeah.
needs out of Vancouver. They send him to New York. They get a first.
Yeah.
They're trying to make the playoffs. They don't want a first. So they immediately send it to Pittsburgh and get the defenseman Pedersen.
Well,
That's
yeah.
the type of thing you could
But
do.
maybe you have to swallow the pill. And yes, the fans in Detroit will be pissed, and the owner and this and that. But there's also the other side of it where the Toronto winning the draft lottery.
Yeah.
That gives them the ability to do either a quick rebuild, or they can
Yep.
sell that pick and go all
Agreed.
in with the group they have. Same
Yeah.
thing with Larkin. Maybe it's a right.
Yeah.
Like you don't. Okay, yes, we have to trade Dylan Larkin, but we're going to get from San Jose the second overall pick and this guy.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy Christ! Well, down the road, this is going to be better off for us.
Yeah. I mean, you need an owner who's going to be on side with that for starters. And the Illich family has been incredibly patient through this
But what
entire
what
and
choice
lengthy
do they
process.
have as owners? And I'm trying to play devil's advocate. It's like, fine, you don't
Yep.
want this owner, but this is the situation we're in, because it's
Yeah.
all fine and good to say, well,
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Well, and
Yeah. Well, I guess you can get influence from the ownership that says, okay, you're not throwing in the towel. So whatever assets that are coming back for Dylan Larkin, and if you have to sweeten that package to make it a blockbuster, a legit full-on blockbuster, that's great. But we need NHL players coming back. And you at that point you're selling hope, because you're not getting the same quality back. Like, not at the NHL level. You might get volume of quality that satisfies your appetite to make that trade. But the bigger concern would be from ownership. All right, today it's Dylan Larkin. Who is it tomorrow? Or next
Rank
year?
it up in a year. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's endless when you're talking about this type of player. And so, I used Quinn Hughes as the example earlier. Well, it worked in Vancouver because Vancouver knew when they were trading Quinn Hughes that they were fully engaging and embracing the rebuild. So you look at the package you're getting from Minnesota and you're like, okay, we can live with that. A hell of a return. Great return for Quinn Hughes. Well, to your point, I think Yzerman can't be satisfied with that, because that's not doing anything in Detroit other than kicking the door wide open for some of these other very good players in Detroit to go, okay, yeah, we're not going to be Devon White, last man, turn out the lights. We're not here for the rebuild. Sorry. And I don't know if that's a prudent approach or not.
yeah, I don't know how it all plays out, but we're making a big deal of it. And Vancouver's a great example, because I don't think Vancouver was thinking, as a fan in Vancouver and as an owner in Vancouver 3 years ago, I was not thinking we would be again rebuilding today.
Yeah.
That was not the plan. And right. And so it's almost the same situation where it's like, oh, well, shit hit the fan. We're going to have to swallow this and do it anyway.
Yeah.
Whether we
No,
like
that's
it or
right.
not is.
Yeah. So what if the market dictates, though, that Yzerman is in a bit of a jam here? Like there are potentially some other pieces in play that maybe aren't as obvious. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not reporting that Nico Hischier, as an example, is a player in play, but I know that there are teams who continually call the New Jersey Devils to say, is he a player who could potentially be available?
That'd be
Now
interesting.
you're comparing apples to apples, aren't you? When you think
Yeah.
of Dylan Larkin and Nico Hischier. So if you're the Montreal Canadiens, who we know are a team that are looking for a second line center, right? You've got Michael Hage. The Canadians don't want, up until last trade deadline, they weren't interested in moving Michael Hage. They weren't. Just felt like it's too big of a risk right now. Well, they made it to the Eastern Conference Final. So now you probably have senior management, Jeff Gorton, maybe ownership in the Molson family going, okay, like, can we wait for
Play that
Michael
chip.
Hage to develop and find out if he's our number 2 in 2-3 years from now? Or do we make a play for Dylan Larkin or Nico Hischier if he's a guy that could be available?
I think I asked you that question. Is Montreal looking at the situation going, we screwed up and didn't make the move we needed to make? We were this close to going to the Stanley Cup Finals. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Right?
I don't know if it's a screw up, Rhett, but I think now, though, how can you not look at the trade deadline, the conversations you had in hindsight, given the fact that you lost, to the Carolina Hurricanes in the Eastern Conference Final, and maybe that piece and something for sure expedites where you think you need to get to, which is a legit Stanley Cup contender. I think they proved that they're there, but is ownership going to sit back and go, okay, we came close. was it a little premature celebration, or are we that good a team? And if
That's
his
tough.
view and Jeff Gorton's view is that we're that good a team, then you go to Ken Hughes, the general manager, and you go, okay, there's a couple of juicy centers available, potentially available. Not saying you're going to get them, but you better be a serious player and contender in play.
Can I make this is pretty fun to do, actually. I'm Detroit. I'm
Okay,
the owner,
yeah.
or I'm a player there, and my captain has said we're not
Yeah.
good enough. We're leaving. Who out there? You, Pinder, me, Jack,
Yeah.
everyone else. Who thinks Detroit's a lock for? If Dylan Larkin has kept his mouth shut, who
Yeah.
thinks Detroit's a lock for next year to make the playoffs?
Bubble.
No.
Bubble.
I
at
don't.
best.
That's where they've been the last
So-
few years. Yeah.
So my point is, we might not think that ownership, management, but Stevie Y's been around it. I don't even know who's all there. Draper and all these guys. These
Yeah.
guys aren't idiots. They're
No,
watching
God,
that
no.
team.
Yeah.
They know they're not a lock, and they're not.
Yeah.
They're not Anaheim or San Jose. They're not Montreal. They're not Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not Ottawa.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They
No.
are in a rebuild.
Yeah.
It's probably true.
You are in a rebuild. So
Yeah.
we can put, what do they say, lipstick on a pig and
Yeah.
trot it out there. This is the reality of it is, oh, the ownership, the owner, the fans aren't going to be. And
Yeah.
now, if that means that Yzerman has to go because you don't like what he's done, well, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
But this team is
It's
not up and
close.
coming. They're
No.
not. They're not a threat to go on a run. They
Yeah.
don't have the goaltending was really good last year, but it's two old guys that are right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm not trying to poo-poo it, but and I don't know what's in their cupboard, but this is not, again, I go to Anaheim, San Jose, Buffalo. This is not a young team that's oh my, they're really showing signs.
And guys, what division are they in? Tampa,
Yeah.
Florida,
Yeah.
Ottawa,
Yeah.
Montreal, a Boston team that's improved, a
This might
Toronto
be the
team that might
best
be.
thing that ever happens to them.
Really could
3-4 years down the road.
Could be. It might be.
Not the hockey game.
Yeah, we'll get to talking about. I want to stay with trade stuff really quick.
Mhm.
Some reporting about a deal that almost happened between Montreal and Toronto at the deadline. What can you tell us about Matthew
Oh.
Knies and the clock turning to midnight at the trade deadline?
Okay, hold on a minute because I got a text on
Check
this
your
as we were.
notes.
I got to think about this. So it was 2 roster players from Toronto, I believe, 2 prospects, a couple of firsts. Toronto definitely was after Hage, most
Okay.
definitely. But that we knew that, right? But I think that there was some discussion around is Zarkovsky. Is that
Yeah,
the
the guy
kid's
in the
name?
Russia that's had a great,
Yeah,
good prospect,
yeah. So how close it got, it's debatable. When you get into the the complexity of how I just described it, then you're in the weeds, right? Like
Right,
you're
yeah.
not just, hey, would you trade Matthew Knies? Well, yeah, I would, but I need this, I need this, I need this. All right, well, leave it with me. There had to have been a considerable back and forth, but my information is that it wasn't just Montreal, that they had bigger deals in the they being the Toronto Maple Leafs and Brad Treliving as a general manager had bigger deals in play. So, we all want that it's like the carrot that's being dangled because it goes back to Ken Hughes, the GM for the Montreal Canadiens, establishing after the trade deadline passed that he was working on something really big that didn't come to fruition. And there's assumptions made that maybe it was the Knies deal with Toronto. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it's a defenseman from here or from there. So I think that there's something to it, but I don't think it's one thing specific to the Maple Leafs. I think it's Montreal. I think it's another team. And I think it's another team after that.
Is there this Hage kid? His name keeps coming up.
Yeah.
And I don't know if again, a million miles away. I felt it odd that he said, I'm going back to school.
Well, that was the whole thing about the deadline is they thought that
Yeah.
he would be arriving in the spring, and then when he doesn't, you're like, shit. Well, we could have turned
Well,
this guy into
all
a
the
player.
agents know this shit's going on.
Well,
Are they
yeah, I
talking
don't
to the
know.
kid?
It
And
seemed
is
to
the
surprise
kid
the
going,
team.
well, if you don't like me, I'm not coming. I
Yeah.
mean, that might be out.
It is a difficult one to wrestle with. I actually don't mind it because I think what it is a commitment by Michael Hage and young players who recognize, okay, well, I want to make sure that I am NHL ready. So when I step in, maybe I'm not going to be as impactful as I might be 5 years down the line, obviously, but I am going to be ready mentally and physically to take on everything that is coming my way. So I'm not going to be a third line guy who needs to be insulated. I'm going to be a second line player, and maybe early on just to, address the pace and get used to everything that comes with it from the NHL game. You do exactly that. So I think his commitment is to having a great off season, digging in next year and having a really strong year again, and then going from there. But, Michael Hage had known that the Canadians were going to go on the heater run that they did. Yeah. And ultimately we're going to lose in the Eastern Conference final to Carolina. Perhaps his decision-making would have been a little bit different, but I'm okay with it. I'm good with players who invest in development.
I think it's a great message for kids to listen to, actually.
Yeah.
In a broader sense of things. What the hell?
Yeah.
Slow down. Slow down. Be good enough and then move on.
Agreed.
Let's switch gears to Edmonton. They've got a coaching thing to figure out. Are they going to wait for Cassie? Are they just going to say, look, it doesn't look like we're going to get it. The league's not going to back us here, after hearing from Gary the other day. Yeah. And then the second piece is Mark Spector penned a piece yesterday that says Darnell Nurse's time with the Oilers is running out. That's the headline, but it could have been worded even more aggressively. It feels like this might be last stop at the station between the two. He has 1 year until his full no trade goes into a list of sorts. What are you hearing between Nurse and the Oilers?
Yeah, what I'm hearing is that there's obviously a willingness and an appetite to listen to whatever interest there is out there in Darnell Nurse. And there'll be some interest. I mean, especially where he's at this point of his contract. It's a tough one to take on, understandably, because anybody that's adding Darnell Nurse and it's a team that he's interested in going to is going to have that level of cap space. And that's where it gets challenging. I look at Darnell Nurse similarly to the way I look at Morgan Rielly with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, they're different players, but it just feels like for the betterment of the player and the team, for those two guys to just cut bait and try something different and move on. And, I think Morgan Rielly still has plenty to give as a top 4 or 5 defensemen in the National Hockey League. But his time in Toronto has more or less come to an end, and it's expected that he will get traded. And it does feel, maybe not to the same level, but it does have that similar feel with Darnell Nurse with the Edmonton Oilers. It does.
Okay, we'll get to last night's game. Somehow it took us half an hour. That's how much juicy gossip there was around the league. We thank you for that. I know you've got to be careful with those things. If you had showed Rhett and I the goal with no audio and taken the refs away, or the no goal, might have been a goal. Once it's called no goal, does that change the way the league views things? Because I don't know that I didn't see goalie interference there.
No. And look, I reached out to people I trust, not directly involved in the process last night. I need to be clear on this, but people who are very much involved over the course of the year and have been involved in the postseason to this point. And in agreement, they didn't see the same level of goalie interference. But it's an interesting challenge by John Tortorella. It is an interesting one because, you have to look at the stats. And statistically speaking, when the official on the ice makes the call, goal versus no goal, the evidence has to be irrefutable to overturn the call on the ice. So obviously the Situation Room didn't have the evidence to overturn the no goal called on the ice, and they left it. And so that it was a costly decision. But when John Tortorella comes out post game and he says, I would make that same challenge 10 times out of 10, I'm not so sure about that. And I think what he's doing is protecting his staff, because I don't doubt for a second that his video coaches would have been in his ear saying, I would challenge.
He's protecting his clout as well, because I said it when we started the show. This is the first mistake it looks like he's made as a coach of the Las Vegas. Right. And so I think he's sending a message that his staff didn't screw up. This is on me, but he's also sending a message to his players that no, you can trust in me.
We're all
And look, I mean, we could sort of tell that the puck was loose. I mean, it initially was loose. I mean, if Barbashev elevates that puck in tight, we're not even having the conversation, right? It's a loose puck, and he shovels it forward. Now, how big is Freddie Anderson? 6'5", 225, 30 pounds? Like, how does that puck underneath Freddie Anderson cross the goal line? Like, there's a considerable amount of force.
Never mind Stahl jumping on his back. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on. So it was a tough challenge. But again, I just think that this is Torts being the good leader that he is on that bench, probably getting the heads up from either an assistant coach who's, you know, got the ear of the video crew, and they're like, yep, challenge, yep, challenge, yep, challenge. And then it's up to the head coach to decide whether he agrees based on what he's seen or to make a different decision.
It's such an odd thing too, because you're not just deciding if you believe it's in, you're trying to decide if you think the league will back your decision. Because I think it's a goal. I understand why the league didn't give them the goal.
Agreed.
But the decision isn't even really about what he sees. It's whether you believe you're going to get
can overturn it.
Yeah.
But that, again, that's what makes it so not bizarre, you know.
But should it be looked at differently?
It's a considerable risk, though, right? And again, you know, like 95% of the time, the situation room, you know, stands behind the call on the ice.
Yeah, unless it's just a mountain of evidence.
Should they? I don't know. No,
it doesn't matter should or not. That's an off-season thing. Like, you know how this league has been officiated all year. They're not changing for game 2 of the Stanley Cup final. It's a risk that is calculated. How much risk are you willing to take in that spot? Your penalty kill's been great. Yeah, it just didn't work.
Yeah, I get it. I just, you're never going to find perfection, and you shouldn't really be striving for perfection. But I say that in hesitation because isn't that what the video review process is for?
Kind of,
like that's what it's for, right? Yeah. And I guess what I would want is a bigger discussion. I've got all the time in the world and the greatest respect for the men who are in that situation room. These guys have been in there since day one of the video review
your
process.
opinion of them is a lot different than mine.
No, I hear you, man. And I have respect, but nobody is above criticism, ridicule, or needs to be open-minded about how that process should, if not change, be improved, right? Be improved.
Yeah.
And I think situations like this encourage that type of conversation.
Right.
What about the goal that went through the side of the net that John LeClaire scored in the first round against the Buffalo Sabres?
Brett's not over this one.
What was Brett Hall's foot in the?
Can we retroactively give him the cup that year? One quick thought on the series that switches to Vegas. Obviously, the McNabb storyline's one to follow because he plays huge minutes on the top pair with Theodore. But do you have a feel of where this is going, or are you just enjoying what's been 2 really wildly entertaining games?
Yeah, I wasn't in the camp that thought that it was going to be so-so hockey and nobody would watch. I did not think that for a second. Number one, it's the Stanley Cup final. We're going to watch. And number two, I guess in a perfect Rod Brindamore world, the Carolina Hurricanes would shut everything down and they'd get a timely goal, they'd get a 2-goal lead, and then they'd just close it off. Well, that hasn't been the case because they haven't played a team to this point like the Vegas Golden Knights. The goaltending in game 1, so-so, right? So that turned it into more of a hair on fire type of thing. Right. But I've been entertained by it. I really have. I thought that when Vegas got the 2-0 lead, Howden, that it was basically game, set, and match in game 2. That's how it felt to me. Yeah. You know, and then that Stankoven goal is obviously very, very huge. So anyway, there's so many different layers to it. It's what the Stanley Cup final should be. And I don't really have a feel for who has the edge in it. I don't really have a sense as to who's, you know, series shifts over for games 3 and 4. Okay. I mean, is home ice going to make that big of a difference for the Vegas Golden Knights? Not the way that the Carolina Hurricanes played on the road through 3 rounds. I don't think that's a huge benefit.
I'm excited to see you again 3 on Saturday. We know you'll be watching. We appreciate your time on every Friday, and we'll chat next week.
Okay, boys. Have a good weekend.
All right, there's Darren Dreger of TSN on the Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating guest hotline. Crystal Waters, your crystal clear choice for all residential plumbing, heating, and cooling services. We're talking over 20 years experience, 30,000 plus projects completed, delivering premium quality equipment and services focusing on safety, comfort, and product longevity. It's your crystal clear choice, crystalclearcalgary.com, or call them 587-317-1551. We have guests that have stopped by the studio. I think there's a big day today for a certain particular team. But
Something
first,
going on tonight?
yeah, but first a message from our friends at Airbnb.
Well, it's getting closer. FIFA World Cup 2026. Everybody getting together. You can feel the energy. People are pumped up. The bars, everybody is going to be jacked, and it's coming to Canada.
I'm excited to see footy fans take over Vancouver and Toronto, and I'm super pumped to see Canadians embrace our team at FIFA World Cup 2026. I know I'll be one of those people crowded around the screens at restaurants and bars cheering on the matches this summer.
I love that vibe. You'll when the windows are open and you're cheering and you can hear your neighbors cheering and everybody's kind of rooting for the same team, that same cause. It's hard to beat.
I can remember watching Portugal and Italy play on College Street in Toronto. Incredible. Fans, delis, cafes, jerseys. France ends up winning the tournament. They're celebrating, pouring out of a French restaurant. Cars are honking, flags are waving. Nothing beats the fandom.
I know a lot of people are going to the games. Airbnb, no better way to do it. You get everybody together. You get a nice spot. Everybody comes together to watch the games when it's game time. Food going in the kitchen. Kids are running around, cheering, running out into the streets. It's getting closer. I'm pumped for it.
I totally agree. Certainly, really exciting months coming this summer. I can't wait. Airbnb, the world is meant to meet. Well, it's a big day in Calgary as the Calgary Stampeders going to open their 2026 season. Retro, the year of the lizard, iguana.
It's an animal that trots. It's trivia. You can trot or gallop.
Pony, no. The buffalo.
Giddy up.
It's the year of the horse, and the Stampeders kicking off tonight. We got Jesse and the Stamps crew here today. What, you dropping off gifts for us? What's going on here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at this.
By Tim Hortons, so we got some
Hey, Timmy.
Donuts.
yeah, then some mini footballs. Great cups also this year. Got some mini
Right.
footballs.
Can I throw this at my kid's head? Is this okay?
It's a donuts, mini footballs. All right, give me one of these. Oh, hey, go deep. Let's go here. We're gonna hit one
Whoa,
here.
here's
I'm
what
BA.
this is
you
what
Bill
Pinder
Paul.
needs.
There we are. Bang. Oh, nice catch.
There we
oh,
go.
Koozie.
Now we're talking.
This is for the sodas in the parking lot.
veterans.
The greatest tailgate in the Canadian Football League. Jack, you're bringing idiot buddies tonight.
Yes, sir.
Excited about that. I'm going to be there with the muster point, John Bender, our 6'8" mountain of a human. Excited about it. Game tonight. Ticketmaster, ticketstampeders.com for more. Fellas, thanks for everything you're doing. We appreciate it. We'll see you at McMahon tonight. Perfect weather.
Oh, it's perfect.
They write you a nice
Look at
letter?
this, look at this. Talking points.
Talking points. Okay, what do we got here?
Forecast looks excellent.
Forecast looks good.
It
Check
does.
mark.
Expanded East Fan Zone open from 5 to 7.
Okay. Fan
Stamp
zone.
branded inflatables, face painting, Tim Hortons beverage truck, autographs from players. 2001 Grey Cup celebration. Total of 18 alumni.
Wow.
All right.
Alumnists, as you call them.
Is that what they are?
Yeah.
Wally Buono,
Oh, well,
Vince Danielson, Mark McLaughlin, and team president Jay McNeil.
love those guys.
Stampede Bowl halftime announcement.
Oh, we have to announce the artist. A
Halftime
billion streams
performer
on
of the
Spotify.
Stampede
That's
Bowl.
okay.
Head to
Halftime.
stampeders.com. What's that slash thing?
Yeah, slash. Just go
Yeah,
slash.
slash. Stampeders.com/tickets and get down there tonight.
Thanks for the drop.
Don't be a
fellas.
dud, Jack. And avoid Jack and his buddies.
Yeah, the Chris Corral is going to get a little sloppy with Jack's idiot buddies, but the rest of the place will be safe.
Starts at 7.
7 o'clock. I know one of the things they do down there that not a lot of people know about. The Red White Club is fancy, and you gotta be
Didn't
well
you get
aligned.
in there all inebriated once and embarrass yourself?
Red, it was not once.
Don't let him in.
I can't
Nice.
dispute
Just
the
take a look in his eyes first before you
touch your nose, walk backwards. What's the alphabet from Z to A? Like, oh man, I don't know if I could do this sober. No way I'm getting in here. Thank you, fellas. We appreciate it, and best luck against the Bombers tonight.
Go get him.
They're doing the media run today, making the rounds. Stampeders, 7 o'clock at McMahon. They go week 1 home opener this week, bye week next week, and on the 20th retro, the Durs, the Battle of the Prairies.
Battle of the
Rough
Prairies. That's
Riders.
right there.
Stamps.
Oh, that's round 2, maybe.
Well, because they got a bye, and then it's their second game is week 3. That'll be the Durs. If you want tickets to that one, I know a guy that.
Two Stampede.
Then of course the
Bowl.
Stampede Bowl is the
July
second day
2nd.
before the Stampede.
That feels like it's
itself
around the
starts.
corner there. I went
It's
to
coming
that last
quick.
year and it was awesome.
It was a banger. And they announced the artist at halftime tonight. So thanks to the Stamps for swinging by, saying hello. Man, we hit a lot with Dreger there. Like
He was awesome.
It's not often when you're in a cup final and it's like, well, hang on, we got to get through this Olympic gold medalist that's on the block. And like, oh yeah, the Leafs nearly traded this extremely young, tantalizing power forward. And it's a sticky one. And, you know, we're trying to fill in the gaps on what has or hasn't happened, but safe to say you don't want your captain asking out.
You don't want your captain asking out, but as I worked through it and yelled and screamed and ranted and raved, I think the most obvious thing is they're not that good.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe we should stop overplaying we're in make the playoff. No, you're not.
It's a great point
you're
because
not.
I think what this might force them to do and look in the mirror and say, how close are we really?
You're not close. I mean, McClellan goes in there and does an unbelievable job. They still can't.
Got
make
saves
it.
for most of the year.
Makes a shitty trade for a defenseman that's
Falk.
not going to be a difference maker.
That pick's pretty high too. That's a
Whoa.
top 16 pick.
Terrible idea, Steve. Like the bigger decision might be, are we sticking with our Hall of Fame?
That was where I was going.
What's the
Like
what
he's a
they put out
franchise
front of
icon,
a rink?
right? Yeah, he's got a statue. He's like
Yeah,
the
like
face of the
a
franchise.
statue guy. Like,
Yeah.
are we going to stick with him or are we going to move on? Because that, to me, is the bigger question.
Yeah.
They're not in a position to make the playoffs next year.
I mean, I definitely would put them in where they were this year, which is like you're gonna have to have a lot go right, and some other teams fall on their face, and you still might just be on the bubble.
I would agree with you if Dylan Larkin had kept his
Yeah.
mouth shut. Now that that's out there, there's no way they can
Yeah.
throw that group back out there and expect to be better.
The more you ranted and raved, the more I was of the camp where it's like Vancouver didn't expect to be bad, and you made this
No.
point. But when you look at that trade, it was like, okay, well, Quinn's not going to resign here. So we're not going to run him to UFA. We could have kept him another year, but like we're looking at Zeev Boyum, who might be a top 4 or even a top pair guy for the next decade.
Yep.
Marco Rossi's a center who had 60 points last year. You got this Liam Ogren, a first-round winger, and the first rounder from Minnesota. Like that's a haul.
Yeah, he ain't Quinn Hughes, but
No, and there's no Quinn Hughes piece in there, but that is that's 4 really nice assets I just named. And if you are dead last in the NHL and boy, things don't look so bright in the cupboards, that one trade changes everything.
all of it. And
It doesn't mean Vancouver's good this year, but like in 3-4 years, those could be some really important core pieces of your club.
Vancouver's doing the right thing, and it hasn't been
finally.
no fun on the West Coast being a Vancouver fan, and I don't sympathize with them at all because they're a bunch of dopers. I'm joking. But at least they've admitted, oh, shit, this didn't work.
Yeah.
Urge.
I think the
Pull
acknowledgement
off
of
the
like,
side of the road, change the tires, get back onto the track.
yeah, Quinn's not staying. We're not that good. This
Pedersen's
management
not-
team isn't right. There's not as much pride as there should be for wearing the jersey. They've completely overhauled hockey ops. They've got a brand new head coach who spoke to the media yesterday, Manny Malhotra, who everyone's going to love. Heart and soul, great human everywhere you ask.
I didn't like his. I only listened to a minute. I've laughed
You
because
played
every
against-
time a player gets to be coach, they come up with coach talk. It's like, oh my God. Can you?
It's too much
Coach
diarrhea?
Oh, boo. I'm pumped. This is going to be fun. Thanks.
Now you're coaching the last place team in the league, Manny. It's November. How you feeling?
So
Less fun.
serious.
Less fun. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't. The more we talked about the Larkin thing, I think it's less of a big deal. That it's not the world-ending scenario that it first appears. If you're a Red Wing fan, take advantage of the asset. Consider the other assets you have and move them too. If you have to retool, if you got to fire the GM, whatever.
Yeah.
It's not.
You know what the worst thing to do is? Say we need an impact player now that's going to help us make the playoffs because they don't exist.
There
You're
you
not
go.
that good.
Wow.
Like you're just not going to get that back from
Maybe you are because we thought we did here. Yes, we did.
with which. Walk me through what you're talking about.
Kachuk said, I want to.
Yeah.
Everyone said, how the F is Tree ever going to come up with anything?
Yeah, I mean Kachuk was younger and had only a
You're
year
putting,
left.
again, you're
But you're right. You got more than you thought you
You're
would.
fine lining it. The situation is
It's similar,
very
yeah.
similar. It's a great asset to try and move.
Yeah.
But when you think you got your hands cuffed, you can't do it. Everyone's, oh no, Tree's in a bad. You made a great trade. Huberdeau's been not as good as we would have preferred.
Where's that damn chicken? It's going to work
Right?
out today.
And but if he had come in and got 100 points, you'd have been like, "Oh my god, what was the Rantanen trade? Everyone was happy.
Yeah, all three teams won.
Teams.
Yeah, Nature's
right?
great fit in
If
Colorado.
Huberdeau plays even 85-point guy,
Oh, you're loving it.
the whole trade.
We got a top
Weegar.
pair guy and
Everybody's happy,
top line winger
right?
and a first.
It's no saying that this is dire straits.
No.
Dire straits is what Detroit's in, because I do not see them. Again, I don't know who their young guys are. Maybe they're different.
They got a
makers,
goalie coming, but that wasn't the problem this year.
right? So dire straits is the fact that you've had bad luck in the draft.
Yeah.
You have you made a shitty trade, I think.
Mhm.
You're not anywhere close to where you need to be as far as rebuilding.
Yeah, they had Dylan Larkin the last few years. It didn't end well. Yeah. Interesting. We'll see how that one goes. And yeah, I don't expect quick resolution, but it's a fascinating spot for Stevie Y to be in, because you can't just wash your hands and say, I just got here. It's been 7 years.
No, and if is what some of the rumors are, being stubborn and maybe he's the issue.
Yeah. Didn't miss him when he left Tampa, but he also probably made some really good moves to set them up for that
He looked
success.
like a genius.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Game 3 tomorrow in Vegas, 6 p.m. You're on the Vegas is about to take over the
I think
series
so.
train.
I think they have taken over. I think they. Anyway,
I was in the same spot when Carolina was up 2-0 late in the first of game 1. I'm like, they're going to do to Vegas what they've done to everyone else. Didn't play out that way. It's the first time in Stanley Cup history we've seen 2-goal leads erased in each of the first 2 games.
really,
Like
back
it's-
to back.
you don't see it. Never mind back to back. And I think it was the first time in Stanley Cup Finals history that someone's erased a 2-goal lead with less than 10 minutes remaining. So,
Well, if you missed
Incredible.
that game last night, I hope you missed only 2 periods, because the third was awesome.
unbelievable stuff. 10-20. It's 2-0 and the under looks like it's a lock. 10-20 into the third, 2-1. Jankowski ties it. And then it's the power play goal after the challenge. And you're like, okay, well, now Carolina's going to win this in regulation. Not so quick. Stone from Marner tie game. And then Jarvis and OT. I think 2 of the most entertaining games we've seen all playoffs.
Yes, 100%.
Keep her going. We don't need to project the future. Just keep giving us entertainment.
Did anyone else see Rasmus on the bench and go, "Oh, he looks rattled"?
Well, I saw John Tortorella go over and directly talk to him because he knew he was rattled.
Yeah, it sure appeared that
You're a better player than that. Keep working. Flush it. I mean, is that the message there?
should be. Don't worry about it.
Torts isn't going to be berating him. He's already beaten himself up,
No.
right?
I think I agree.
Yeah. Let's do the Pinder Report. Why don't we do that? We do that for our
Yay.
good friends at Village Honda. They got the big summer event on. It's a 72-hour pop-up sale. Ready, set, summer today and tomorrow. The final 2 days of said sale. We're talking about $4,000 off some demos, over 40 used vehicles on site, access to more than 600 in the dealer group, trade-in bonuses, special in-store incentives. Get in, get driving, ready, set, summer at your dealership for life, Village Honda in the Northwest Auto Mall. Let's start with last night's game. The final of a game we thought was over. We were so wrong. 7 goals. It was 2 with less than half a period remaining. A wild one. Did you want to? You saw the game. The volume was on, and you were watching the Spanish call in the States, right?
Always.
Yeah,
Me
because
and Bad Bunny.
Red always loves the Bad Bunny version of the call. This is phenomenal. This is great stuff, Jack. I don't know if anyone else has the passion for the foreign calls like we do, but we're used to our North American calls that are good. But something about a Spanish sports broadcaster just warms. Now you got your shirt off, hugging some guy through his back you never met, crying. Unbelievable. Awesome stuff. 82 years, the first Cup final team since 1944, where they trailed by multiple goals in the final 10 minutes, but won.
Wow.
You can see the little score bug at the bottom on ESPN. Yeah, 2-0 at 9:40, and then there you are. You won it. And by the way, you found time to lost a lead in there somewhere as well. Just look at the outfit that guy's got back there. Red.
I said going on the couch
Holy.
at my house going into overtime, I'm like, it's weird because I think both teams are like, yeah, I'll take that. that we're going to overtime.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Like
For
Vegas,
different reasons.
Carolina, yes,
yeah,
right?
totally. That's a hell of an outfit. I want that onesie.
Yeah,
So you
you
got the
do.
matching hat.
Yeah, you
Are
do.
those jelly beans? What do we got there? That looks unbelievable. Jack, can you find that for me?
Yeah, you'd rock that.
Oh, hell yeah.
It would never come off.
I got to wear my stamps here tonight, but as of tomorrow, I'd be living in that
It would
thing.
be so obnoxious with him. Like I think it looks
It would
cool
fit.
because I'm not around. And
You
but
wouldn't
with-
want to be sit next to that
Oh,
guy. That's
it
you don't want
would
to be sitting next to
just,
Carolina
Look at me.
Pinder.
I have a cool onesie.
I'm noisy. We know. We see you. I'm deaf and you're noisy. We should have seen it coming, Rhett. Game 2, round 1, overtime. Carolina beats Ottawa. Game 2, round 2. Carolina beats Philadelphia in overtime. Game 2, round 3. Carolina beats Montreal in overtime. The only difference here, all those were 3-2 ones. This one was 4-3. This is the kind of stats we needed yesterday. Jack, wake up.
I saw this yesterday. I had a big wager going. I had
For overtime?
I had overtime, but I had the under 5.5.
Oh, that is heartbreaking to tell. At 2-2, you were loving life.
Yes, it looked great. And then the challenge and the power play goal. I was like,
Oh,
That is
but yeah, I
just
know I saw this yesterday. I was
getting
like,
greedy with
3-2,
the parlays.
3-2. Okay.
Bet the
under
singles.
5.5.
Lots more to get into from this game statistically. 4th team in NHL history to win 6 OT games at any point in one postseason. Pretty damn good. Okay. That felt good for Jarvis. He's been snake bitten.
Yeah.
Tina said he didn't like him. Game on. I don't know if I didn't like him. He just looks like a guy that's beating himself up.
yeah.
Like, he's creating
trying- he
chances
wants
and
to get
missing
one,
and
yeah.
like eyes to the ceiling, and you're like, this guy needs one. He got one. I won't be surprised that line looks a little better after that little bump from
This
them.
is so dumb.
It is dumb because, but it's also interesting because we showed you the Oleg Saprikin goal yesterday,
Hey.
and I thought that was the excuse. It is a reminder that, there's not a lot of teams get to a cup final. Not a lot of those cup final games go to overtime, and not a lot of guys that are young end up
Yeah.
scoring the winners because you're in the cup final. Not a lot of
It's weird that Donskoy was really young.
Eunice. That must have been his rookie year because he came late to the league. I
Well,
thought.
he's only 2,452 days. Like that's amazing.
They're missing a digit. Jack, did you doctor that?
No.
I know the
that
NHL
wasn't
wouldn't do that.
Ooh, that's a big miss.
That is a bit of a mess. What else have we got from that one? Okay, Hurricanes 13 postseason wins, tied for the most in the first 15 games with the 22 Avs, the 12 Kings, the 88 Oilers, the 87 Oilers, and the 81 Islanders. Every team prior that won 13 of the first 15 finished lifting it. Got some work cut out still, though. I'd be less confident in this one than some of those other teams.
I'll tell you what, I've been through it. You win in overtime in the final, and you're
Team of Destiny.
do not read the clippings.
Do not read the clippings.
No.
Keep these stats away from the Canes. Love seeing Jarvis's idiot buddies. I keep thinking of Jack's idiot buddies whenever they pan to them.
very
Yeah,
similar.
they're very similar.
It's like those guys got in a car and drove from Winnipeg
There's one
and they're
difference.
sleeping on his couches. Jack's buddies would do that.
There's one difference is that Seth Jarvis is excelling in life and Jack's a loser.
Yeah, Jack can't read. Is this a charity outreach thing that we haven't played
We're
on? How
doing
did
our
we- I
best.
don't know how we got here, but we're here. Let's keep going with the game 3 stuff. I think this is Torts now, or do we have one more?
Yeah,
before?
and I got the sound clip. Let's play.
Yeah, that's good because Torts' presser was unbelievable.
They did. My kids loved it.
I saw a loose puck in front of Freddie. Our player stabbed it, didn't move the goalie, and it goes through him and to the other side. I challenge it 10 out of 10 times.
Do we have the whole presser or just that?
Just that.
Because the presser,
Awesome.
one word
Very good.
answers.
We have a good team.
Coach, there's a point in the playoffs where you learn something about your team and you can believe that the sum of the part, blah, 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 blah. We're a good team. Are we done here?
I'd be terrified to ask him a question.
Oh,
I don't
There
think
was
I'd
no
have-
sense. The guy that
That
was
vibe's
doing
in the room.
the guy that was running
The
the
handler,
room,
yeah.
he knew this
Any more
was going no.
questions?
Does anyone want?
You seeing how this is going? Does
Right.
anyone else think they have a question? He's going to give you more than one word. Okay, step right up. Front left, you're up. Good luck. Other storylines surrounding the series thus far.
Puck to the face. You already saw that. So
We saw the puck to the
yeah,
face.
we're
Don't
on
need that
to the
again.
next game.
On to the next one. Saturday, 6 p.m. It's not a late game on Saturday night, but we'll take it. It's
I
been a
would
great
like
series.
8. I don't know what's the weather on Saturday.
Yeah,
So
it's-
they're all at 6 Mountain. No?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they run the whole series, and what they want is prime time for everyone. It
Yeah.
sucks if it's a team in Vancouver, but everywhere else it seems to be fine. West Coast is tough because they got to play it like freaking early. What would it be? 3, 5 local?
5.
Yeah.
They wouldn't.
It's
They'd
tough.
play at 6 at the
I
earliest.
remember that Vancouver, they were playing early. And it's like people are trying to get off work early. It was a disaster. But hey, that's
So
what
they
happens when you're on a
rioted.
continent with 5 time zones or whatever, if you include Newfoundland.
Not anymore. We're changing.
Here are your odds. It's a literal coin toss Saturday per Bet365. Surprising or no? Here's the series odds.
1-1.
Carolina favored in the series after last night. I think the eye test would tell me what it's telling you, which is Vegas is the team that's got the better chance to win it, but the books are not agreeing.
Yeah, the books have been on Carolina
The whole way.
The whole way. Even before they were in the finals, they
Correct.
were big favorites.
Yep. It's I think Vegas had punched their ticket and Carolina still had better odds to win the cup and they hadn't closed out Montreal yet. Interesting stuff. We'll see what plays out. And maybe you see an edge, so you can
Some faith.
open your app. Make a little hawajur. There's the trade we talked about.
Plenty
It was
of
Elliot
chatter
Friedman
about this
breaking it
one.
yesterday. This is not going away. Good luck. Sorry, you know who I think about in tough times like these? It's the working man, one of our loyal viewers, Jack, who is a huge
Yes.
Wings fan.
He's
And
in
he
the-
called their tailspin to miss the playoffs because they were 10 points clear at one point this year and then tumbled out when it mattered. He said, they're screwing it up. They're going to miss. He keeps being critical of the Iser plan. Maybe the working man was right all along.
It could be. It doesn't
He's
look
in the
good.
super chats today.
I would believe it. If he was the working man, feels like an alias because he's watching our show every day. I don't know if he's actually working, but he's around. Some hardware to give away. This one's a good one. This is the Selkie for the best defensive forward. This is the Alexander Barkov annual award, but he didn't play this year. Suzuki was incredible. Like we talk about the point totals, but an elite defensive center as well, and a huge piece of that young, dynamic Habs team that is just getting started with playoff success. Youngest team in the playoffs this year. This one less so, Red. I know you're not a
Way to go.
huge fan of the next trophy here, the Lady Bing for Cole
A
Coffee.
couple Habs. I don't understand the lady thing.
Do you want to play gentlemanly hockey?
What's gentlemanly hockey? You give me an what's the word? Example of what?
Okay. Not taking penalties?
Okay.
Yeah.
So the least penalized.
Well,
Is that what it is?
I saw two of the finalists, I think, were Werenski and Sanderson, or at least in top 4 in voting. And those are guys that play huge minutes, and it's to play defense and not take penalties, you've got to be so disciplined. I like that more than the Johnny Gaudreau, Cole Caulfield types that just, they're wingers. You know what I mean?
Again, I don't care. Way to
It's
go,
just not a
Cole.
trophy that
It's-
people get excited for
yeah.
being honest. Over on Flames Nation today, some interesting pieces have appeared on ye old web.
Dylan Larkin would be a great.
The wrench with a who might the Calgary Flames trade next, and he sort of ranks and prioritizes guys
Just
on
always
the Flames
running
roster.
guys out of the city. Hey,
Who's next?
well, he's going to take
Read
a
the
run at
article.
someone.
He's just running Coleman right out of town in his walk here. Rhett would be signing them to extension, and Pike's going to run him out of town.
Why you hate everybody, Pike? Nasty human.
The wrench.
Literally the nicest guy. Elsewhere on the website, the mock draft that we talked about at Daily Faceoff, we did mention that Verhoff was still there. We failed to mention that Liam Ruck slid to the Flames with their second first round.
I don't know if he's sliding.
I don't either,
Should
and
be
that's
where
why
he's
a
at.
mock's a mock, and it's not the real draft. But we can dream, Rhett. We can dream.
I don't want one Ruck.
No, you get the first, and then everyone
What
else
the-
is like, "Well, I'm not drafting the next guy. They got the other Ruck." You got all those seconds. If you could somehow get the first Ruck, I think you'd be able to get the second.
If you could get Verhoff and both Rucks,
Whew!
that's pretty good work.
3 Western Canadian boys. And Reshny and Verhoff are teammates at Nodak. You sign them both in the
Exactly.
spring. Let's go. Let's go, Jack.
What a plan,
I'm down.
Conroy.
We told you, Stamps. Thanks for the donuts. Thanks for the touchdown balls. They'll be firing them into the crowd tonight, I think. Been very good on home field. And Jack is going tonight, undefeated last year.
Yes, sir.
Hot Jack Summer plus Stampeders home game equals win is the formula we're putting out there. We're testing tonight.
Please don't let me down.
And maybe a Greg Bonton tailgate as well.
Oh.
Yes.
If you could hit that trifecta, Jack, it's a good day.
Red, are you coming or what? You were maybe all week.
I mean, family people showed up at my house
Oh.
yesterday. Jesus Christ.
You sound excited. It's the year of the horse, friends. Don't mess around. Interestingly, some big names are not going to play week 1. They do have the week 2 bye. So I think we'll see a much fuller roster week 3, but that doesn't mean they can't do well tonight. No Begelton tonight. And Hutchins, who they just brought back, I don't think will go either for tonight's season opener. He's the defensive lineman. Finally, the World Cup is nearly upon us, Retro. I think it's next Thursday it gets started. Now, this I swore was AI the moment I saw it.
Do you have to say it differently, or did you say it correct?
It's not an ad read, so I can say what I want. I could call it Soccer Fest 2026. It doesn't matter. We all know what I'm talking about. But here is what we're looking at. Norway has qualified for the Olympics for the first time since 1998. That was a while ago. That was the Nagano Winter Olympics where Mark Crawford put Ray Bork in the shootout. Lillehammer is in Norway. They hosted the Olympics, I think, in 92 or 94. The winter variety. Now, what are the Norwegians known for?
Ufta.
Okay. Cross-country skiing and being Vikings and fjords, Jack. What's a fjord?
Yeah, tell
Jack?
me what a fjord
I
is.
have no idea, but this is fucking awesome.
I just told you what a fjord was before the show. See how the mountains go right into the water?
Yes,
Isn't that unreal? Look at this.
That's what a fjord is?
Yeah.
Do we have
Fjord?
fjords?
Do you drive a fjord? No. This looks like a fjord fiesta. There's Erling Haaland, who's one of the best strikers on earth. And they got fully into this. Look at the costumes. Unreal.
Oh, no, that's
actually what he wears at home. There's no
No, he's
costumes.
not wearing it, but that's part of his heritage. That was a hand-me-down from his great.
Yeah, they wear this at the Christmas festival
Yeah.
where they get hammered down. That's the one. Unreal stuff. I'm giving Norway. I'm moving them up my board for vibes, strictly alone.
I like
Good
it.
team.
There's
This
a
year.
lot of them.
It's a full team. Yeah.
How many guys?
Well, there's going to be 10, 11 on the field, and then
Well,
20
that's
something.
then some
least.
spares. I don't know if the coaches are in there or not. I don't know the Norwegian coaching staff off the top of my head.
Let's get one of those boats.
Those
Jack.
boats look sick.
Yeah, those are nails.
I'm
You were
not
talking about
I'm not
those-
paddling though.
I was going to say, you think
Put a motor on it.
a wake surfing boat's expensive. What do these ones go at? I got to ship it over from Norway, stuck in a fjord somewhere. Hey, look, there's lots of teams. 48 in this year's World Cup, 50% bigger than the last one. Got a little soft spot for the Norwegians at this point.
I'm Norwegian.
Are you
I'm not.
Norwegian?
I have no idea.
Are you concussed?
Yes.
Okay. Are you ready to take Jack for a drink?
Let's get the hell out of here.
There's your Pinder Report for Village Honda. Ready, set, summer underway now. Today and tomorrow, and then it wraps. You can save big money off demo vehicles. Over 80 units on site in the used vehicle side. Access to hundreds more in the dealer group. Trade-in bonuses, in-store special incentives. Get in, get driving. Ready, set, summer at Village Honda in the Northwest Auto Mall. It is Pinder Report.
I thought we had something stupid from Boom for the ending.
We probably do.
Oh, the in the park home run.
Want to save that for the end or do it now? We can do it now.
Yeah, let's watch it.
Yeah, let's do it. Is this Boom's daughter running through a stop sign at
I
first?
don't
Let's
know.
take a look.
This is Boom put it on the
I
group
did see
chat.
this. This is, I believe, All-Star last year, Pete Crow Armstrong. This is over him. He's like, well, I'm out of this.
Yeah,
play.
once you've lost it,
Yeah, that's on me.
I can't help.
Fly the W. No.
That's not as good as I thought we were going to get. That's terrible.
Pretty
I
good.
thought we were getting
I was hoping we get Boomer
well,
daughter highlights
softball.
from the softball tournament personally.
recruit on her recruiting trip.
That's right. Yeah. Big NIL money coming in hot.
Yeah.
Don't spend it all in one spot. What's our roster for tonight's Stamps game, Jack? We got Idiot Buddies,
How many? What do we?
Tweedle,
Three
Deedle.
idiot buddies.
Three idiot
DeFoss,
buddies.
so you know.
Yeah.
My buddy Mike and my buddy Simon. You've met, but they're not as dumb. They're accountants.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Those
Where's
poor-
the other Lugan Jackson that was in Nashville?
He's got softball. Couldn't go. He said he had 7 guys showing up, so he has to go.
See the GM?
Yeah, I mean,
Ben
what else
Russell.
is he doing?
Come on. It's season opener.
I know he was pretty disappointed.
Those
Figure it out.
softball people are pretty committed.
They are.
There's a vibe about them.
Oof.
Yeah.
Softball or slow pitch?
I think it's the same.
No, it's not.
Really?
Softball means they're actually pitching
I
it.
think
like-
that's
Oh, okay.
fast pitch.
Slow pitch then.
Yeah.
They're
slow
not.
pitch.
They're just tossing it
Yeah.
underhand. And
Everyone tries to hit home run. And
Yes,
you either do, you
that's
don't.
exactly what it
That's
is.
exactly.
4 outfielders.
And if you take a walk, feel shame.
Yes.
And
Swing the bat.
don't go to first, go home. Get in your car and leave. Don't take walks. Just do a pretend swing, stay alive. That's pretty much the move. I want to tell you about Sundry Golf Club. 18-hole championship
day
course.
for
Have you
that
been
either.
up there? I've been up there. It's beautiful. Tucked into the Mountain View County. Sundre is Alberta's hidden gem. Get ready. Golf season's well underway. Stay and play packages start as low as $214 per person. That includes 18 holes and obviously the hotel. It's halfway between Red Deer and Calgary, right where the foothills hit the mountains. My kids go to camp out there in the summer. It's unreal.
You love getting rid of your kids.
Sure do. Yeah. Am I good at it? Holy. See my itinerary for the
Spend
summer.
a lot of money getting rid of these kids.
Rolling greens, exquisite water features, and plenty of trees. Whether you're a high handicapper or scratch or somewhere right in the middle, a great course for everyone. For more, check out sundrygolf.com.
Now, everyone, I'm not a great golfer. Do we like the trees? Because when I kind of like them because they bounce off the trees. They're like a ricochet. Put it back in play.
If you're getting the members bounces, you could love the trees. Other days, you're like, if I have to march into another forest, I'm just throwing my clubs in the river. I'm never playing again. So it really depends. It's like that Plinko game.
Yeah.
Am I going to get the middle
Where's
slots?
it going?
I don't know.
Come on, tree.
Yeah. Played up there with Dane, who is involved with Temple and Sundre. He played with like persimmon shafts because he's very good. I think he played collegiate golf, and we're a bunch of scrubs. He's like, I got an idea. I got these antique clubs I'm going to play with, and
still beat you.
Oh, by like 10, yeah. It's not close.
That's a good idea for Jack. Actually, mix in a Temple.
Mix in a Temple this weekend.
Yeah,
that's a good reminder for you.
I got a doubleheader this weekend.
Oh,
what's the other head of the double?
So you're useless, Nick.
Yeah, don't count.
See you on Wednesday.
Let's take Monday
Need
off.
Yasmin to come in Monday, Tuesday. What else is going on? You got a birthday party?
Yeah, like I think it's a birthday for some.
Well, if you don't know, it's going to be.
It's an excuse.
I'm
to get
going to the
hammered,
bar,
is
and
all
yeah.
I'm hearing.
Attaboy, Jack. That's better. I like it. Live it up a little. Get back
It's
on
hot
the
Jack summer.
pouches and give her.
Remember how antisocial he was
Oh,
in the
he was
winter?
a nasty human.
I don't
Vitamin
want to
D.
date. I'm
I
done
know.
with relationships.
It is
I'm
the
gonna stay
vitamin D.
home.
100%.
Big time.
Nobody wants to go out in the winter.
Let's get to our bets of the day. We do that for Bet365. We've seen it a bunch this NHL postseason, but we've told you Bet365 has the early payout. It is obviously when your team goes up by 3, they give you the money right there and then. They don't even have to close it out. It's that simple. You can, in fact, see them pay out both sides of a money line. That's what happens with early payout. Download the app today. Must be 19 plus. Please play responsibly. We saw Minnesota blow a 3-0 lead. When Colorado came back, we saw Colorado then blow a 3-0 lead. And then we saw the Vegas Golden Knights storm back. Crazy. It happens. Get paid early. Bet365. Have fun with the app. Here's where we're having fun today. Trey Savage has been unbelievable. Late start to the year, slow to build him up. Last year was that rookie year. They're worried about his innings. He's been awesome. Did not have his best stuff last time out. Got a bunch of double play balls and still was sensational at the end of the day. 6+ strikeouts. He's done that in 4 of his last 5 outings. Vlad Guerrero Jr. suddenly hot after a brutal May. 2 total bases there. And we're going to parlay that with a single base from Nathan Lucas and Ernie Clement. They both cleared that total in 4 of their last 5 games or better. +5 hunt. Big game hunting as the Jays open a home set and I think a 9-game homestand in Toronto against the Orioles, the Trash Birds. Have you seen the third the logo they use now is kind of like the really cartoony bird?
No.
Because they used to have like the very proper, anatomically correct sideways view of an orange bird. And then they went to the more cartoony face of the bird. And my son goes, so Dad, like an Oriole's a monkey, right? Because like I'd see in the face here, like, is it kind of like a chimpanzee or a gorilla? What kind of orangutan? I'm like, it's a bird. He's like, yeah, I don't see that. Primates? No primates in Baltimore. That's your game there. Lots going on there, including at Bet365. We talk Conn Smythe odds, series odds. Brett
You
Howden.
heard my hot take.
Howden's still 10-1. That might be if he scores another 2 goals in the series. He's on Mitch's line. Howden.
Oh, God, that's
2-0 Howden, like 10-1. And then obviously World Cup baseball, all the sports, NBA Finals as well. So lots of action.
Howden's not a bad. You know, my
10-1.
take on who's going to win this series.
You like Vegas.
I do like.
I don't know that it's going to be Carter Hart, given that he's allowed 8 goals or 9
Carter's kind of
goals.
dropping the ball a little
Mitch
bit,
is
but-
obviously the favorite on that roster.
That's the one thing that confuses me. Vegas has all the favorites for the Conn Smythe, but the books all have Carolina winning. Like how often do you see?
I guess it's probably the Freddie Anderson's right up there, but
Yeah, he
beyond
is.
Freddie, all the other guys are way back. You're right.
And I don't know if I'd take Freddie right now after these first 2 games.
I mean, we'll see how if they can. He was awesome last night.
Yeah, he was good.
Especially late when they needed him. But he's going to need a couple more of those for his team A to win and then B win the Conn Smythe. I don't see a situation where a team on the
If
losing
Hart had
team
kept
gets
the
it.
shutout last night, that would have helped.
100% it would have. Yeah, no question. Super chat time. We do that for the Youth Centers of Calgary. Youth Centers of Calgary, taking youth in high-risk areas.
Working man.
Give them a place to go. Oh, we talked about it, the working man. $10. My focus isn't on the finals, but Larkin wanting out of Detroit. I'm one of the few Wings fans I know who isn't shocked. He's left subtle hints the last 2 years. He's got a full no trade. Hashtag dead Wings. Now, rewinding the clock a year. They didn't add at the deadline last year. They were on the bubble. They missed in like the last week of the year. Larkin in his exit meeting said, I was disappointed we didn't get someone at the deadline. Now, is that emotions and being honest, or is that a shot at the GM, or is it the sign of a fractured relationship? The working man saying for years he's seen this coming.
That's fine. You already had the dead Wings, is my point.
Yeah.
With Larkin, without Larkin, I don't see them as an up-and-coming team. Are they working their asses off and playing decent? Yes. Does DeBrincat good? Yeah. Okay. Sure. They're not stalwart organization. They need help. This, however you want to look at it, might suck, but it might be the best thing.
Yeah.
It might be it's the Vancouver scenario. It's actually a great example where it's not working. We're going to have to change course here. We're going to have to head down a different fjord.
They do have fjords by Vancouver.
But I don't, if everyone out there thought Detroit was a lock for the playoffs and losing and winning a round or two with Larkin there, okay, well, I don't see it.
Yeah.
He's going to be there, and there would barely scrape in.
This isn't, like, I'm trying to think of the analogy, like, this is not like Kaprizov saying I want out of Minnesota, because you're really good with them and you're close. This is a team that wants to be close but really isn't.
They're not close.
No.
They were in first for a while though. Like they went from leading.
Where did they finish?
They had good goaltending.
They
the first half.
goaltended. Gibson was phenomenal. Who was the other guy there? I want to say it was Reimer. It was another older guy.
It was Talbot.
Yeah, Talbot. And then it was like, wow. And now they do have good goalies coming, but Trey Augustine and
I don't think
Sebastian
they're last place bad.
No,
I'm just saying
they're middling for sure.
Yeah, they
are mushy
certainly
middle.
weren't first place good.
They are mushy middle boys.
And the division's tough, but
honestly, like, I know it's not the perfect example. When you think about the Flames getting 96 points 2 years ago, and you're like, oh, Rasmus probably isn't going to resign. We're like, well, yeah, like they're not that good.
No.
And you need to turn this thing over anyway. It's a little different, but I don't know.
Not if your
Mushy
eyes are
middle.
open.
Yeah, mushy middle. Any other supers? Death to Gnomes, $10. Rhett, in order, which NHL teams that you played for are you most loyal to? Pinder, which brand of beer are you most loyal to? Rhett, you can go first.
My
Loyalties.
I would say Buffalo, Calgary, Florida.
Now, if I asked you a year ago when Buffalo was in that 14-year drought, would it be the same?
No, it would be the same, and that's why.
Because that's loyalty.
As long as it's been 89 is a long time ago, we hear about these old bastards in the rings in Calgary, and they have a championship in this city.
Right.
The city of Buffalo has wallowed in
You were on their best
backwaters
team. Yeah.
forever, and that's part of it. That's part of my. I want every town and every city to enjoy a championship parade.
Now, if you had been in Buffalo the last 14 years critiquing all the moves they'd made, would you
I'm
feel
not.
differently
No,
or
that's your loyalty.
I'm asking.
Yeah. If that would affect my loyalty,
Doing a daily
I've
show
watched
where you're
it.
critiquing one
I've,
team.
wa- I've watched them flounder and F it up.
And they've still always been number one.
They're still. It's not. I'm to the fans and to the yes.
Hurts my heart, Rhett. I thought you were Calgary first.
The other thing, death to Gnomes. If you just compare the two cities, there's a lot of nice things in Calgary.
Yeah.
Buffalo doesn't have a whole lot.
That new stadium looks nice. I don't think you can move in. You can only go for a few
live
hours.
there.
at
You
a
only
time.
get to go there 8 to 10 times.
That's right. Yeah. We're gonna let you be here for about 5 hours, then get out of here.
Get. We're
Out.
not even going to put a roof on it, so you're tempted to stay.
My loyalties swing around on beer, but right now there is nothing that I crave more than a cold Guinness when I want a beer. This isn't going to be that cold.
Are you okay? Let's do this.
Yeah.
Are you drafty or bottle branded? You know what I mean? When you walk into a restaurant,
I will go to draft first.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also just bottles make me feel like there's not enough beer here. I need a big pint glass.
Oh, I love the draft when I get into the draft, and then the draft kicks the piss out of me for a long few days.
Guinness.
Guinness is number one on the power rankings.
I love
right now.
Guinness.
I can't do it.
Well, it's not carbonated. The other thing. So if you're one of those guys like, if I'd have more beer, but I just feel like I get bloated. Not on Guinness.
There is the Steer restaurant bar in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Crushed Guinness.
It is Friday. We should probably wrap this show, Jack, and go for
Jack.
a drink.
One more.
Working man again. I agree, Rhett. The best thing is to blow this all up another 3 years just to get back to where they currently are. Lowell. Iserman is also the problem.
That may be the biggest issue. I have no idea. Stevie stuck me in the eye on purpose, so I have a hard time with him.
I don't know whether you should trust him or not.
Joking, but he may be the
Let's
issue.
zoom in a bit there, and then we can scroll down. Yeah.
I do not think
Okay.
this team is on the cusp.
So here's the thing. There's lots of young players that we think might be good down the road, but I don't think Lucas Raymond is what you'd hoped he'd be at 24.
I think Lucas Raymond is a hell of
He's
a player,
fine,
but you
but he's
have
not a
to
star.
you have to surround him with. Dylan Larkin's not a number one center. Patrick Kane's a hell. Some of the plays he made, we watched the
I
game.
think Patrick
last-
Kane's a free agent. Is he not?
I think he wants to come back.
Patrick
I mean,
Kane,
this
free
might
agent,
change
yes.
things. Right?
Maybe.
Like
maybe.
if you know Larkin's gone and you look around and you're like, Alex DeBrincat's got
This
1
does
year
not
left.
look like a team full of. Look at the next year. They got no one.
Yeah. Emmett Finney was the surprise 7th rounder at 20. He and Lucas Raymond were Dylan Larkin's most common line mates.
The best thing you could do is dump Larkin and get a couple more
Young pieces.
Yeah, I keep thinking San Jose.
Yeah.
God,
you can't,
San
anytime there's someone that can help you today, San Jose is going to be on the list because they got all the futures and they're coming.
Yes.
Scroll down and trust the D real quick.
Yeah,
while we're
that
at it.
forward group is not.
No.
You want more.
It's,
Yeah. Like Kopp and Confer, bottom 6 centers, whatever.
yeah, you could get out of them too.
Yeah. Keep scrolling. There's the D. Mo Sider's an
Yeah.
awesome player. Like criminally underrated, phenomenal season. You got him locked in. Jeez. Falk was a mistake. At the time, we're like, well, we blame him for not making a move the year
Yes,
before.
Drake.
But we weren't saying go make a bad trade. That was too expensive for a guy that really didn't help him. Sherratt was a disastrous signing. And then they got some young guys that I don't know what they are. ASP, Axel Sandin Pelika. He
There
was
are
the
a
guy
lot
at
of
the national draft. They ran into the hotel lobby, and I was like, oh, man, like that, maybe the Flames take him. They took Honzik. I like him, but he's not there yet.
I look at the Flames team and I think, there's lots of chatter. Oh, let's move up and move up. You're not one piece away.
No.
The Detroit Red Wings
Still
are
not a piece away.
They are.
Yeah.
They're not even close.
Yeah, like if somehow you could fabricate a number one center out of the blue, I like them a lot more, but that was with Larkin. Now you probably don't have him.
They don't have it.
Yeah. Tough spot for Stevie Y. One of his own making.
It might start there. It might
That might be
start
it.
there.
It might just be like, you know what? We gave you 7 years. We don't know that we're any closer. And if he's not the guy for the future, is he the guy you want selling Larkin?
No. Well, that's just it. I'd be doing a
It's
deep
like
dive
Treliving
on
doing the
what's-
trade deadline. I don't know that I want it if he's not my guy for next year. Fascinating. That will not go away. We'll be talking about that a bunch over the next few days. No more supers. That's it. That's all.
That is all.
What a weekend it's going to be. Go get
Going to
it,
be a great
folks.
weekend. Go Stamps.
Get outside. Vitamin
Cap-
D.
Cavs are out in Halifax. Surge needs some wins. I think they're out in Scarborough this weekend a bit, and they're back at home next week. But it's all Stamps all the time right now, Jackie.
Let's
get
go.
it tonight. Best behavior tonight. You're representing the podcast. Eh?
Yes, sir.
That's coming from me. That's
Temples only.
serious talk. See you at McMahon. Red, have a great weekend. See you, buddies.